comic book junkies, it's the Frog Queen here, and today I'm finally going to give you my top 10 list of the top 10 series of 2017. Make sure you come back later this week for my list of top 10 graphic novels of 2017, but for now this is strictly series. Some are limited series and some are currently ongoing. I'm going to talk a little bit about each of them. I, of course, am just getting over being sick. I had strep throat for the holidays, yay! So please bear with my scratchy voice. It does sound a little bit strange today. Alright, so I'm just going to get right into this. The list is in no particular order, but number one is my number one favorite series of 2017. The others, I'm not ranking. So let's just dive in. Firstly, I'm going to list the obvious, Silver Surfer. We all know how much I adore Dan Slott and Mike and Laura Allred's Silver Surfer run. It's over. So upset about that. I got to chat with Dan a couple months ago, and that interview is up on my channel, so check it out if you haven't finished the series. Warning, there are spoilers. Next is Eleanor and the Egret, Sam Keith's latest comic, which is also sadly over for 2017. It's so sad. The end is kind of bittersweet. I just need more Sam Keith in my life. Patiently, not so patiently waiting for the next run. Next is Animosity, which is an ongoing Aftershock comic series about a world run by talking sentient animals who are killing humans in a backlash of, well, because we're killing them and destroying the earth. It's action-packed, it's funny, poignant, and it makes you think. Oh, and it will also tug on those heartstrings. Next on my list is a book called There's Nothing There. It was a fantastic limited series from Black Mask Comics, and the comic that introduced me to one of my newest favorite artists, Maria Lovett. I really need to see more from this artist. I follow her on Instagram. You should too. This story is written by Patrick Kindlon, who has written one hell of a doozy. As much as I love the artwork in this book, I can't speak more highly of a writer this year, except perhaps, of course, Peter Milligan, who, I gush about. I absolutely love this story, and I've got a video about it, so you should go check it out. It's on the first issue. Next is Secret Weapons from Valiant Comics. This is my favorite Valiant Comics series to come out in years. The artwork reminded me a lot of Aja and Fraction's Hawkeye run. It's the most pleasant superhero story, sort of story I've read in years. I mean, beyond Silver Surfer, I haven't been very impressed with many superhero stories, but this one caught my attention fast and I consumed it. This year I was on the Valiant podcast with my friend Daryl, and we talked about this series in great length, so check out the description of this video below for a link to that podcast. Next on my list is Snot Girl. I've heard so many people talking crap about this series, almost as many people as I've seen gushing about it and how much they loved it. I can't help but watch the mess that is Lottie, our main character. She's horribly fantastic. She's shallow and self-loathing, and she wears this mask all over the place, talking to everybody like she's completely insane. I can't help but wonder what reality really is in this book because Lottie's so delusional. Of course, this story is written by the creator and mastermind behind Scott Pilgrim, so, the writing's on point. Now. And next I want to talk about a book that's had some bumps along the road, but I really, really loved it, and it's called Four Kids Walk Into a Bank. And this series had months in between issues. It spanned over a year just to get it all out and completed, although it was only about 5 issues long, I think. Issue 1 actually came out in April 2016, but the final issue hadn't dropped until September 2017, so I decided to include it on this list as it's finally complete, and I loved it so much. I actually did a video on the whole series, so you should go check that out if you haven't already. Next on the list is Winnebago Graveyard, which was written by Steve Niles, which we all remember from 30 Days of Night, and illustrated by somebody I adore, Allison Sampson. I've interviewed Allison Sampson before the series debuted, so you can go check that out on my channel. This is one of my favorite horror-themed series this year. I actually don't have a bunch of horror in my list this year, which is really weird. Anyway, I think there's more on the regular graphic novel top 10 list, but I have to go back and look because I compiled it a while ago. Anyways, I love Winnebago Graveyard. It's just 4 issues. It is a complete limited run, so you should go grab the trade right now. And finally, I knew you thought I'd forgot, but number 1, the only book I'm going to give a actual designation to, number designation to, my favorite series of 2017 is, drumroll please, X-Men! Just kidding. It's obvious, isn't it? It's Kid Lobotomy. My love of Peter Milligan is only matched by my love for stories about insanity and broken reality. And so far, that's how I describe Kid Lobotomy. But with only 3 issues out so far on the new IDW imprint, Black Crown, you better go out and get caught up. I'm not going to spoil the trip for you. I have videos on it. Go check them out. But I'm not going to spoil it. And that about does it for my top comic series of 2017. I, of course, had tons of honorable mentions. So maybe I should do like a top 15 list. I wanted to mention like Grass Kings, Mech Cadet U, as certainly 2 things that I wanted to include. I've read so many series this year, it was really hard to narrow it down, but I felt like the ones that I chose to do videos on were often the ones that stuck out in my mind the most clearly. And there was a couple there that I didn't do videos on, but which I intend to because they're currently ongoing series. But yeah, just stay tuned because 2018, I have so much going on. I have so many comics that I'm reading right now. I have a bunch of videos that I'm working on that I just haven't put out because I've been sick. But stay tuned. Keep checking in with me. Make sure you click that bell next to the subscribe and notification. It's the bell notification. It will tell you when my new videos are up. It's supposed to, but YouTube's not really good at anything right now. So just come and check back and see what I've got going on. And also, I love hearing from you guys, so please leave me some comments below. I love talking to you guys about comics. Comics are my life. I really don't care about much else. So, yeah, hit me up down in the comments. And until next time, guys, read something good.